today. The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the June 22nd, the magical Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there, too. Go ahead. Let those fingers do the walking. Send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question and in our Tiger's Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got all the indices in the green. Dow's up 125, S&P 18, NASDAQ 100 up 96, Russell is up 11. The semis are up 12. That's about 0.6% to the upside. So all the indices are trading in the green, with the exception of the transports. They're down 23 points, trading out at 90.54. Gold's up $13. Silver 7 pennies. Light sweet crude 47 cents. Natural gas is up just a tad. Lead the charge dollar-wise the upside today. It is Chipotle at $51, 5%. Big move there. Mercado Libre up $29. That's 3%. Amazon is up 22, less than 1%. Google 22, 1.5%. Shopify nearly 2%, or 17 buckaroonies. To the downside, it's Grayscale, Ethereum, Trust down $25, 14%. Regeneron Pharmaceuticals off 19. Equinix is off 17. Urban One down 15. SBA Communications Corp down 10. So certainly things to look at. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. But what should we look at? What should we focus on here during this hour? If the markets are going to top, the signal will come from the NQ out there. Steve-O, how is it that you can say that? Let's go look at how Steve-O can say that. We're just looking at a 30-minute time frame chart out here. And in this 30-minute time frame, we're noticing that during that last half hour, that was the hour coming into 1 p.m., that the 30-minute time frame formed bar number 8, coming into the TD 9-count breakdown area of 10-101.75. Now, with the TD 9-count pattern, we could see the last one that formed out here earlier this morning. That was coming off of the lows from last night that we saw the TD 9-count price pulled back and tested support. What was support? Stevie's red line. Tested, rejected, held. Price has moved up ever since then. So where's price going to target if, in fact, bar number 8 is the high, the one that came in at 1? It could be bar 8, could be bar 9, or the bar following 9. So the high should occur, if there's going to be a top, short-term top at least, in the NASDAQ, should occur between now and 2 p.m. out there. So if that does occur, where is price going to target? What price level? As you take a look, we're looking at the NQ on Stevie's chart. This way, anybody that is short, whatever indice would be paying attention to this. Now, the number is going to change slightly, but you can use this as a really good gauge on any kind of a pullback. You're exactly right. It's Stevie's green line. That number right now is printing out at 10,054. Jay's got 10,029. Now, that would be the next level. So if Stevie's green line doesn't hold out here, then Jay is absolutely correct. Then price would pull back right now to the top of the profile. on the 30-minute basis, old in our expression there is old resistance should become new support. What if it doesn't come support? Well, then we have the other profile levels of 10.010 and 99.92, and then the final support level would be down at 98.95. Although that's actually going to change as we get bar number 9. That looks like it should complete by 1:30. So the actual breakdown level below the bottom of those profiles would be 99.75, 75. So if there's going to be a top, then it should occur between now and 2 o'clock out there. So that's one of the things to be watching for, or perhaps the thing to be watching for. Now, there is some additional support. Jay, you'll appreciate this. Potential support on any kind of small pullback out there, and that comes from the top of the new profile that is attempting to form. So let me just expand this out so each of us can just take a look at the one panel out here. And what the NQ is attempting to do, what it's attempted to do since late last night, is form a brand new profile. It's bullish in structure. The entire profile has been explored out here. What I mean is the bottom of the profile is 98.31. The low last night was 98.43. Close enough for us and the work that we do out here. And the top of the box, price is trading above, which is 10.062. So 10.062 is the number really to be watching. If price can get below 10.062, Jay, then it becomes the 10.054. I believe that was Stevie's green line on the 30, and so on and so forth out there. But what would need to happen today, tomorrow, assuming that this profile holds, Stevie's using his advanced Doppler tool to generate these profiles out here, and you need to see it close below 98.31 in order to generate some type of change in trend signal out here. So that's what the NQ is doing. But we've got a caller. We have call ahead seating. So let's go out to Steve in Maryland. Steve, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm good, Steve. How are you doing?
I am doing well. And so ACB.
Did you have a good Father's Day?
I did. Did you have a good Father's Day as well?
I had one of the best ever. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's great. I am glad to hear that. And now, folks, tell us what you're looking at and how we can help you.
I'm looking at Aurora ACB, and when we talked last week, I need to tell everybody out there I'm a subscriber, and I love your service, Steve.
Thank you.
I'm very impressed. Anyway, I'm looking at ACB, and we talked about it last week. I misquoted its float as being like $1 billion something when actually it's only 109 million, and that doesn't go back very far. So I'm looking for you just to give your overall analysis of it with your various support levels.
Sure. Now, Steve, are you watching us by any chance on Tiger TV? Can you see the chart that's on the screen?
Yeah.
Great. So, folks, for those of you that don't know, and I didn't know this, but Steve was kind enough to send me his book. So he's got a published book on the Float channel. So it's called is it called the Woods Float channel or what's?
Yeah, or Float Analysis is the book, and you can get it on eSignal, which is about the only place I know.
Yeah,
and,
so that's what the chart that I've got up on my screen right now, folks, is actually using Steve's tool. I'm not familiar enough with it out here, but what this is showing us is the float turnover inside Aurora Cannabis, so I'll give you, Steve, my analysis of what my other tools are showing, and maybe you can shed some light on this pattern that we're taking a look at for Aurora Cannabis. I'll leave this up on the screen as we go into break. So we'll be right back with Steve Woods in just a few minutes, folks.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we're on the line with Steve Woods, who wrote the book Float Analysis, and the tool happens to be present in the eSignal software. And the float analysis is just trying to understand how long does it take for the float to be able to turn over. And we're looking at Aurora Cannabis. Now, Steve, let me give you my take on what my tools are telling us, and then we come back to this float channel chart out here and try to incorporate the two out there, at least with regard to your reading on it. But when I take a look at my charts now on a daily time frame, what this tells us with regard to Aurora Cannabis is it formed a real nice Rhodes momentum indicator and or both a TD9 count bottom, and it did that on the trading session of May 14th. And then on the very following day, price gaps up and it takes out its TD9 resistance level, 881. Real good identification there, or marker of a change in trend signal. Now, once price gets above one breakdown level, then price should target the next breakdown level. That's 1548. Well, price did that on the very following session. In fact, price ran all the way up to 1944. 1944 was the third breakdown level. That contained price. We've seen price pull back and basically trade sideways ever since that breakout day, that wide-ranging bar on May the 18th. Now, price is below Stevie's green line. The green line being the oscillator and change line, which is 1402. And as long as price remains below that, that would be a resistance level. Then what I would be looking for is where's the next support area. Inside of Aurora Cannabis, there's really three levels to look at. The two primary levels would be 1105 to 1249. 1105 is the bottom of its daily profile. 1249 is the center. Because, Steve, that is so much closer to the bottom than the top of the profile, this is what's referred to as a bullish structured profile. And that means that in between that 1105 and 1249 area, that should be the buy point. If price were to close below 1105, then it's possible we'd be looking at 881, old resistance that could become new support. But I don't want to go there just yet. I think that we're looking at between 1105 and 1249. Now, on a weekly time frame, what Aurora Cannabis has done is this also formed a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom panel. Now, in this case, the weekly profile also is bullish in nature, and its support level is 1105. So we've got 1105, 1105 on the weekly, 1105 on the daily, and then the 1105 to 1249 area. The monthly time frame out here for Aurora Cannabis, this also shows a 9-count bottom, and that's because prices never close below the 9-count out here. So for 3 different time frames, we've got a buy signal inside Aurora Cannabis. So I'm saying profiles are saying between 1105 and 1249. Now, when we pull over Steve's chart out here, the bottom of the float channel is at 1253. And the top of this float channel is at 1689. And even though I didn't get a chance to read the book fully, as I mentioned to you, and I will probably this coming week out here, the areas that I did read, this would seem to indicate if you were going to take a long position, you'd want to be doing it down towards the bottom of the float channel. Did I maybe read some of those pages correctly? Would that be a buy entry area based upon this float channel from eSignal? Yeah, well, the reason I'm really interested in this, and by the way, I wasn't expecting you to give me the floor and a nice introduction, so thank you for that. The float turnover, what's fascinating to me about this is if you measure the current float turnover box, it only goes back to it's like May 26. Yeah, May 26. But right behind that, the float had a huge one of those big bars at the top of the up move. The float turned over up there as well. So the theory is there's people at that level that are holding shares, and then the whole float has turned over ever since. So it means that it's like more and more people, or rather fewer and fewer people are selling, and that you end up with the strong money holding those shares. And so I didn't have your levels. I'm not sure I would have taken the position I did this morning. I probably would have waited till it broke out. But I went long this morning because of all of that volume behind the current float box indicates to me that this thing is not only stretched, and it's a beautiful, like a flag formation. I mean, I would call it like a high-tight flag. I'm not sure whether I'm not an expert in all that stuff, but I would also say it corrected down 50%. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's about to blast higher and go back up to its highs that it made earlier. Well, that's how I would analyze it. Yeah. So, look, our two systems are somewhat in agreement. One, we've been able to easily identify the bottom signal out here. The bottom of your float is 1253. Prices below Stevie's green line at 1402 out there. So the 1249 area. You're in the buy zone. Of course, your preference here is to see price get above Stevie's green line. What that would then suggest, if we can get 2 bars above that, that's 1403 right now, is you should see price make its way back up to those prior highs out there. And that is both then the top of the current daily profile as well as the breakdown area on the daily time frame, the next breakdown area of 1944. So that's what I see when I take a look at Aurora Cannabis, combining both systems out there. Yeah, it's great. I love that it's got support at the bottom end of your TROUGHS levels on all the time frames, right? Yes, well, the weekly and the daily in this instance here happen to line up, so that would become a very strong support. Now, that was 1105. You probably won't appreciate taking that kind of a heat, down there. So I don't know whether price will get down there, but if it did, that would be a strong buy area. Yeah. All right. Well, I love it, Steve. Love it. Hey, thanks for calling. I much appreciate it, and have a great day. And glad you had a great Father's Day. All right, you too. You bet. That was Steve Woods out there. So we've got, there was some requests to take a look at the Russell 2000 for a couple of folks inside the Tigers Den. So let's do that. Let's take a look at the Russell 2000. Couple different things that we can look at. We're going to look at the futures contract. So what do we know here? So we know that big rally off of that March low, forming a weekly TD9 count top. That TD9 count top out here, forming a couple of weeks ago, right into resistance, which was the old breakout level of 1534.20. That was old support, really didn't act as support. So perhaps that old support is resistance. But on the weekly time frame, you've got a confirmed topping pattern. Now let's go take a look at the daily time frame. Now, back to the weekly, though. On the weekly here, you've got to get price to close. So what took place last week? What took place last week is the push lower was a push down right into support, Stevie's red line, currently priced at 1327.40. That is the level that the Russell 2000 on a weekly basis needs to close below in order to suggest that you're going to see a run back to that March low area. 1049 would be the level to be watching. That is the TD9 count breakout level on a weekly basis for the Russell 2000. We take a look at the daily time frame out here. What we're going to see is we're going to see a Gartley sell pattern that formed with this little bear sash candle a couple of weeks ago. Price is below Stevie's green line, 1447 out there. That says that all we're seeing is a bit of a counter trend rally. Price would need to close above 1447.10. You need to see two closes above that to change the daily outlook. Weekly, top. Daily, top. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us, and Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab. Bam!
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we've got a request here to take a look at ticker symbol. It is SRNE. That is Sorrento Therapeutics Inc. out here. What a wild ride this has had. Back in the early part of March, middle of March, this was trading at about $1.55 was a low that I've got. That might not be the low. $1.55, and then within a period of about 3 weeks, made it all the way up to $10. Gigantic move, stuff that we're seeing here. Now, as we if we take a look at my other white background charts, what you're going to notice is you're going to notice the patterns that you and I take a look at. This topped out here with bar number 9 of a TD9 count out here. Bar number 8. Wide-ranging bar, May the 15th, was giving that signal of just simply be cautious. Now, what happens, this thing pulls back and it forms a low out here back on June 23rd and June 3rd and June 4th. Forms a TD9 count bottom. Now, this TD9 count bottom out here, the question is, what are the charts telling us about this? That TD9 count bottom has only led to a counter trend rally up to Stevie's oscillator and change line. The green line. The top of the profile is at 508. So, Bo, I think you were suggesting, or Boston Dan, you were suggesting that you're thinking this might break out to the upside. So the level you're going to, the confirming price level that you would need to see is a price moving above 508. And if it does that, what you then need to be watching is 599. Because 599 is the TD9 count breakdown level for this equity. That's what the daily time frame is suggesting to you and I. So no breakout until price can get above Stevie's green line and or the top of that daily profile. And then your range is 508 to 599. Now the weekly time frame chart for this, let's populate this with my tools. What do we have out here? Not much. In fact, really not much. I don't have anything out here to help us and assist us with the trade. On the monthly time frame, we do have the top of the monthly profile that also deflected price, which was up at 885. But otherwise, I don't really have much here to assist us. So it really comes back to the daily time frame out there. So watch 508 to the upside, 414 to the downside. That's your support and resistance level. Ticker symbol there, SRNE. We've got a request here by email. This is coming in from Wayne E. And Wayne says, would like your thoughts on Apple and Shopify for the next couple of weeks out here. Well, let's go take a look at Apple first. AAPL is the ticker symbol, but I'm sure we're going to see price above all profiles, daily, weekly, and monthly. Okay, well that's already so there's no resistance out here. We'd have to use some price projections. So let's do that. Let's use a potential price projection out here, assuming that there's no top. We'll go take a look at my other time frame charts out here, but we're just simply going to use an expansion. Let me make sure I got my expansion out here of Fibonacci swing points. So the high of January 27th, 327.85. Did I grab that? I didn't grab the right thing. Let me make sure I grab this correctly. There we go, 327.85, down to the low out here in March 23rd, 212.61. Well, so Wayne, you're asking me for a price projection, and so the next price projection area is the 1.272 expansion of those two swing points. That's 359.20. We're at 357.08. If price is able to take out the 1.272 expansion, then your next price move would be up to the 399.07 area. So those are the two price projection levels. Let's go take a look at, let me change tabs out here. I've got my top 6 NDX 100 holdings, and let's pull over Apple. So what do we know about today's price action? Well, where there used to be wave number 7, that was letter G, that is no longer. So what we're going to do is we're going to put up the next series of wave counts out here. There we go. Let me get rid of the black labeling out here. So we don't have any topping pattern per se, but on the other hand, we do. It all depends upon today's close, Wayne. On Friday, Apple confirmed a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Now, there was a bearish engulfing candle. Price was moving higher, doing less relative energy. So when we have a bearish engulfing candle, that means that the candle from Friday engulfed the entire body of the prior candle, or candles. In this case here, it was just the prior candle. So the resistance is going to be Friday's high. So the level that you're watching here, and what I mean by that is if price closes above the top of that bearish engulfing candle, that is at 356.56, we're 356.85. So right now a close call, but a close above 356.56 would negate the Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Now a new one can form because price is still moving higher, doing less relative energy, but we would need another bearish reversal candle, and preferably you'd have a bearish reversal candle and follow through to the downside. We don't have any follow through to the downside as we speak right now. So with regard to that price projection at 1.272, I don't know if it's going to make it up to the 1.618. Knowing that a Rhodes momentum indicator signal triggered on Friday, we'll have to take a look at today's close. There could be another one if price does close above the high of Friday, but that's what I would be watching and when I'm taking a look at Apple. You also had a request to go take a look at Shopify out here. SHOP, I believe, is the ticker symbol. So let me just go ahead and do that here on this chart. So like Apple, but unlike Apple, this is showing a Rhodes momentum indicator trigger. It just triggered the signal. We don't have a confirmation out here. If you were to see a confirmation, bearish reversal candle, then you'd be looking for price to pull back to Stevie's green line. Right now, that's about 847 and change. Below that, 776 out here. Today is going to be bar number 7 of a TD9 count. Remember, Wayne, on a TD pattern, it can be bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. So you could see a top occur here in Shopify tomorrow through Thursday as one potential. But you could also get a bearish reversal candle, and then you'd say, forget the TD9 count, not that it can't form, but you'd have a confirming topping pattern inside of Shopify. Now, let me come back and put up the Shopify multi-time frame out here. So we've got the weekly, we've got the daily, and we've got the monthly. Just want to make sure, yeah. So price is above all of those time frames out here. Now, in the case of Shopify, Wayne, the only thing that seems logical to me for a Fibonacci expansion is just this small, now this is a weekly time frame. It's the high from out here on May 25th down to the, well, geez, it's from the same candle, down to the low of that same weekly bar, and you're above the 1.272. So it's upside price target. Short of generating a bearish reversal candle would be 939.34, but don't use that to the penny. That's just a price projection level. So Wayne, thanks for writing in. That's your price targets as we speak right now for Shopify and Apple. And in both cases, what you're watching for is you're watching for some type of bearish reversal candle. Should one form, well, then you may have a topping pattern that is in play out here. For Hector and the fuel injectors, we're going to go take a look at Yamana Gold. AUY is the ticker symbol out here. So let's go see where that is trading. And Hector writes in, happy marvelous money-making Monday. Oh, very good. Stevie hasn't used the money-making Monday metaphor yet. That's why we've got wingmen like Hector and his wife Patty. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We get back from this break. We'll go take a look at Yamana Gold, trade out at $5.20. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So Hector's question is basically, is Yamana Gold, ticker symbol AUY, headed back to its all-time highs? So in order to try to, at first blush, take a look at the charts and see what they're communicating to us, when we do open it up, we take a look at the monthly time frame. The pattern that sticks out to me, Hector, and for me, it's really just all about the patterns out there, is the consolidation that it's in, a real clear consolidation pattern. And it's been in this consolidation for quite a long period of time. Really, it takes us back into October of 2014. October of 2014. Now it's June of 2020. So you've been in a 6-year consolidation, up at the highs in about the $6 range, at the lows inside the $1.30ish type range, prices trading up towards the top of that consolidation. And not until you get a break of that consolidation will you at least get a measured move. Is price headed back to the $21 level? Well, you have to take this one step at a time. In answering that question right now on June 22nd, I would say there is nothing in the chart patterns to suggest that that's going to occur. Even if you get a breakout of the consolidation, then that just gives you a measured move equal to or greater than the consolidation that would take price up to the $10 level out here. So what you're going to want to really be watching for on that longer term picture is that consolidating pattern. Now, up at the consolidation in July and in August of 2016, you had basically you had volume of 407 million shares. That's the nut that you're looking at. Well, what did you do last month on the way up? 442. So it was 442 going against 407. It's not like it's wildly, enthusiastically saying, I'm going to go ahead and bust out the top of that consolidation, Hector. At least that's what I see. This month, it's only June 22nd, but we're in summertime trading, basically. How many more trading days are left in this month? I believe we've got obviously today, the next 4. And then I think next week we only have 4. So you've got 8.5 trading days out here. So I don't know. What's 290? We can just do this real quickly. I can't do it off the top of my, I probably could, but I won't. Let me see on my calculator here. So we've got 298 million shares, We'll divide that by, where's my division? Divide that by, we'll call it 22. Well, it's not really 22. I don't know how many trading days there have been. Well, say maybe about 15. Shoot, I really can't do. I can't do it. I can't do it and then do it justice out here. So I guess the point I'm making here, Hector, is I don't see this as wildly breaking out to the upside when I take a look at the monthly time frame chart here for Yamana Gold. Now, let me pull over my other charts out here. You guys can do the math on it. So it'd be 298 million divided by how many ever trading sessions there have been this month, and then multiply it times how many trading sessions there will be this month, and you'll be able to get the volume matrix, so to speak. Here's what we know. We know that this had formed a nice wave number 7. That's letter G on my screen, and a Rhodes momentum indicator top. So that high for May 20th out there, which is something that you're really looking at, is going to be real key. That high is 565. Price needs to close above that in order to suggest that the topping pattern here has failed, and that's would go a long way to helping out your consolidation pattern. Price the positive, and price is probably going back to the previous high out here. So that previous high, or that previous high area from May the 20th. Now, I'm suggesting that because price is trading above the top of a brand new profile, just formed today out here. So as long as price is able to close above 517 today, Hector, chance that it may get back to those prior highs out there. There's no more resistance that is in play out here as we speak. But to answer your question, do I see it going back to its all-time highs? My crystal ball says you've got to take things one step at a time and recognize that this has just been in a consolidation pattern for over 6 years out there. Sideways move. So be careful as you get towards the top of that consolidation. It looks like that takes care of all of the requests by email. I don't know if there was anything else inside the Tigers Den. There's one inside YouTube, UNVC. So let me get that fired up on my other chart. So UNVC. And let's go take a look at this ticker symbol I'm not familiar with out there. UNVC, or don't recall ever looking at it. Univec. 2 pennies. Sorry, guys. I can't. Penny stock, I'm not going to use my profile, all my tools out here for something that can just simply be pushed around. So my apologies, but my belief is, my thinking is, there's no tools that I have for something like this. Here's what I can say. If you want to trade this, you got to trade this like an unexpired option. An unexpired option out here. I don't know what ACH means. But penny stocks, I just, and not that my tools can't work on this, but this can be pushed around by a market maker in a heartbeat out here. So we're just simply gonna shy away from those types of stocks out here. So let's take a spin around. I don't see any other questions here. Let's take a spin around. Let's take a look at Goldilocks. What's gold been doing today? We talked about consolidation just a moment ago with Hector out here. So let's go back and take a look at gold. See what gold has done. Give me a second out here. As we pull open the chart for Goldilocks, look what it did today. Right up. This is a consolidation pattern that I drew in a long time ago. Well, I drew it in because gold really drew it in, so it wasn't so much Stevie out here. And you can still see it's got its TD9 count top. So you got the TD9 count top. It was bar number 8. That was on trading session of April 14th. All we can see here is price just moving sideways. If you can't bust them up, what will price do? Try to bust them down to the bottom of the consolidation in that 1670 area. Now, is there anything to give you and I an indication that may be occurring out here? Well, to do that, we go take a look at the shorter term time frame charts for Goldilocks. As we do that, what we're going to see is we've got on a 30-minute basis, we've got a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Now, when price moved lower, quite a big swoosh to the downside, it would have been helpful to understand where were the profile levels, because when we take a look at where price stopped at 1130, it was right at the bottom of that profile. So 1762.80, you know that is an important number to watch should price continue to pull back. Price trade below Stevie's green line. No reason right now to think that it won't. It's a bullish structured profile as well. So 1762.80, muy importante. But as important as that is, the real level to be watching would be 1752, and that is its TD9 count breakout level for its 30-minute time frame. So you've got a valid topping signal on a 30-minute time frame. You would expect that as prices moving into the top of a consolidation pattern out there. But now what you need to see is you need to see key levels of support fail. And on a 30-minute time frame, there were no levels of support that had failed yet. So we don't have the clear-cut answer. Will price get back to the bottom of that consolidation? On a hourly time frame, we also have a Rhodes momentum indicator top. The level to be watching here would be 1758. Below that would be 1737. We're about to go to a breakout here. The 120-minute time frame, Rhodes momentum indicator topping pattern. The 5-hour time frame is in bar number 8 of a TD9 count out here, all the way up at resistance. Folks, just simply tighten your stops if you're long gold or the miners. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Close out the show. We had a request inside of our YouTube channel to take a look at ACH. That's the Aluminum Corp of China. And as we take a look at it, first thing I want to be able to point out to you is that whoever is trading this, if you are trading this, I want you to first notice all of these gaps. This is the daily time frame out here. So all of these gaps out here, what are all those gaps caused by? Those gaps are caused by the currency conversion. of this. So obviously this is a equity. It trades in China out here. And so if you're going to be trading this, you need to also be paying attention to the yuan, the Chinese yuan, U.S. dollar. Right now, the Chinese yuan, U.S. dollar is moving lower, meaning it's getting stronger. But if price closes below 7.0626, it should pull back even further. In fact, this could easily create an A to B equals CD to the downside. It has not done that yet. We'll go ahead and draw that pattern in here. And I realize the question was about the actual ETF out here. But in order for me to give you good advice on the ETF and make sure that you have to pay attention to what's going on inside of the currency. Now, if this does break through the bottom of that bullish structure daily profile, good chance that we see price move back to 694, 690, maybe even 698 out there, but probably about 690. That is going to impact the way that ACH trades out here. ACH is down below the bottom of its daily profile. As far as signals, it did give you a nice bottoming signal out here. That was Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. That was triggered on May 29th, and you got your bullish reversal candle on June 2nd out here. But other than just a sideways-ish type move out here, I don't see a whole lot. Do I want to trade something that is based upon the Chinese yuan at this stage of the game with whatever shenanigans may be going on between us and China out here? By the way, it also made a nice Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom signal on the weekly. 530 is the top of that profile, and that's been resistance out here. All I can say is caveat emptor. Be careful. But if you trade this, make sure you're paying attention to the yuan. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned for 2 more great hours. Our favorite polar bear, David White's up next. Tom O'Brien will take us on home from 3 to 4. And Stevie San will be back with you on Terrific Tuesday. Have a magical Monday, folks.